Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? Welcome in to the very first episode of the Guru Nation Power Hour 2024. We live, baby. Fantasy football week 1 in the books. We're ready to talk about it here. Spencer the Guru, your host for this hour of power. We're going to discuss all things week 1 fantasy football, recap the week, digest the week, so we can move on to week 2. Hopefully all you guys got week 1 dubs. I got a good amount of them. Didn't get as many as I'd have liked. I want to win them all. I'm in 13 leagues, but obviously hard to win every single league. So took a few L's, but got a good amount of dubs. So pretty happy about it overall. And yeah, there's going to be a packed show. We got that as well as Saints Talk. The Power Hour also includes New Orleans Saints Talk. I'm based in New Orleans, Louisiana. So we're going to have plenty of Saints talk, as well as the debut of the In My Humble Opinion segment. Y'all, don't let the name fool you. We're going to have a lot of hot takes on that segment, but the rule is once you start yelling, you got to back off and say, in my humble opinion, and make sure it stays chill. But yeah, it's going to be a great show. We're going to play this little intro song here, courtesy of Bogart Scott Free. We got the sick graphic. Shout out to Miles Peacock for that. And yeah, let's do it, y'all. Pow Hour, baby. We live.
On the same page, be the same chapter. We all know the same thing. Can't stop the rap chill for seen the whole thing. Foreshadow, cold game got me hot. Need a cold shower. In the fast lane on my 24th hour. Shipped it out of state. 100 plate of that sour 10-piece flock of geese. Pound cakes of that powder pack. Power tools, plot, power moves of games hours. At largest Bogart, come to find out I had it in the bag all along. Chip on my shoulder, been getting over, push cola like Pepsi, break slab down the boulders. Calculate my every move if it's worth it first. Pick it up, cut it smooth, how a surgeon work. Even more smooth when I start to work. Chickens of that fish scale, call it surf and turf. Back when I was young, I hugged the block. Underdogs in the field, clutching blocks, chucking rocks. All grown now, so we flood the block, dumping blocks, stretch it like elastic, cutting soft, make it flip like gymnastics. Duffel stuff with guap, double and quintuple my numbers up a notch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And yeah, we got one more little clip to play, and we'll get right into this thing, y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Guru Nation Power Hour. Hello, what's up, Guru Nation? Yes, sir. The Guru Nation Power Hour, of course, powered by the Guru Nation podcast, and we have that backdrop right here. Yes, our Guru Nation podcast. This is a subset of that. We usually do in the offseason mock draft Monday, but obviously no more mock drafts with the real thing going on. So we're going to do this Guru Nation Power Hour every Monday for throughout the duration of the season. We were going to do it before Monday Night Football, but I had something come up tonight, so I figured let's just do it after, and we might stick with that, assuming tonight's show goes well, which so far it is. Appreciate everyone here in the chat. Let's shout them out. Lee, our ear to the streets. Shout out to Ear to the Streets. If you want to hop on later, bro, just let me know. You can bring some news. We have a lot of week 1 injury updates. Always is the case with week 1. Unfortunately, injuries pile up. So we'll have a news update from Lee later. He may or may not pop on. If he does, cool deal. If he don't, well, we'll just read it off, and he'll be on tomorrow for the morning show. Wake your game up on the Gen Wealth Net, which we're streaming to both my channel and the Gen Wealth Net. So like and subscribe to both channels, Gen Wealth Net, as well as Spencer the Guru here on YouTube, Guru Nation. And see, Albert gets it. What up, Al? One of our loyal Guru Nation members. And Andre, what's good, Andre? Man, did you see Jordan Mason said he's known he was starting since Friday? Yep. They kept that under wraps, bro. That's dirty, man. Dirty to us fantasy players for sure, because we would have liked to have known McCaffrey was out. Thankfully, I don't have any McCaffrey shares, so I wasn't really tripping because McCaffrey's someone I stayed away from. If I had first pick, I wasn't going McCaffrey. I didn't even have first pick, I don't think, in any leagues this year, which I was so glad, because last year I had it and I thought I was killing it by taking Justin Jefferson in all them leagues, but that burned me. So this year I was like, I don't even want first pick. And luckily I didn't get it, so I didn't have to worry about that dilemma of having first pick. Because it was kind of like, if you didn't take CMC, felt kind of stupid But if I'd have had it been in that spot, I'd have taken Tyreek Hill or CD Lamb. I had one league, a single QB, where I picked pretty high, and I took CD, either second or third. And then I had second or third in a super flex. I took Josh Allen when one of them and Jalen Hurts in the other. Rammy, what's up, man? I think if you had the first pick, you would have felt the pressure to take CMC like the rest of us. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm glad I didn't have it, because it would have been tough to pass on him, because you feel like if you would have, and if he does his thing, you'd feel like a dumbass. So, yeah, I admit that, it would have been tough to pass on him. I feel like, though, I moved him down enough on my big board. I moved him down to 4. I moved him down literally below Brees, to where I didn't even have him as my overall RB1. I had CD, Tyreek, and Brees ranked ahead of him on my big board. So I feel like I would have been able to have the balls to not take him one. But like I said, I'm just glad I didn't have to be in that spot this year. And yep, yeah, shout out to Bogey. He'll be in here later for In My Humble Opinion. I'm sure he'll have some maybe not so humble opinions, but we'll we'll keep it going. That's the thing that's cool about that segment. We're gonna start them off real loud and stuff, and then we'll tone them back. We'll read the room. Yeah, In My Humble Opinion, very first time, so we might be a little bumpy, but we'll get through it and have a good time. And yeah, I mean, you just never know. I mean, the thing with McCaffrey, though, we had clues, like with the Puka Nakua thing. I mean, we had clues on that too. I had a couple Nakua shares. Unfortunately, that was one of the injuries that went down this week. Puka Nakua knee injury, placed on short-term IR. He's going to miss at least the next 4 weeks. So, but yeah, let's recap week 1 here. We got some scores to go over here. But before we do that, we made it through the first 5 minutes without any cursing or alcohol. So now that we made it through the first 5 minutes, we got to be clean for these YouTube streets. But now that we made it through, let's crack one open, man. It's a power hour, man. Get your drinks ready. Cheers. Drinking the cheap PBR tonight, but, just going with the basics. But I tell you what, it's a cheap beer hit. So let's get into this week 1 stuff. We're going to go over all the scores here before we get into my stock report, which that's gonna be the main talking point of this show, is a fantasy football stock report. We're gonna go over who's up and who's down after week 1. But let's go over the scoreboard real quick before we do that. So Monday Night Football, y'all, just went down. Aaron Rodgers was back, but didn't happen as far as the Jets winning. That one goes to the 49ers and Brock Purdy. Just want to pull up the box score here. Noticing Brock Purdy did not throw any touchdowns, but the man Jordan Mason went off 147 yards on 28 carries. My goodness. I'm going to have a take about Kyle Shanahan on In My Humble Opinion. Let's just say I am going to glaze Kyle Shanahan, pause, because he freaking is a genius, and I've got to give him his props, because my other takes are not going to be so positive. So I got to have at least one positive take in there, and that's just a clue. Stay tuned for my Shanny take. Niner fans, y'all are going to enjoy that. So, we got an Olave question. I have more on Olave during the Saints segment, but I need to ask, bro. I'm an Olave owner. How do you feel about him? I feel fine, honestly. It's long story short. I'll have a more in-depth answer on the Saints segment, but for fantasy purposes, bro, Olave will be fine. That was just a weird game. They got up early and just didn't really need to throw much, like, for most of the game. Didn't really need Olave, so that's just my take on that. I don't see Olave being worth trading or anything. It's not worth panicking, is my point as far as Olave. It's not worth panic trading him, because I think he'll be fine in the long run. I think he'll bounce back as soon as this week against Dallas. Even with Dallas, man, they shut Cleveland down, but Olave, I think, will be fine. Definitely a rough start, but I didn't even include him on my stock down, because I feel like if you're a stud like that and you have a bad week 1, it's not worth downgrading you. But if you're someone that's not quite as much of a sure thing, more like a mid-round or late-round guy, and you struggled, that's more cause for concern. So the guys you took in the first 4 rounds, don't panic about them. Same goes for like Marvin Harrison Jr. and Amon-Ra. Literally had a league where I had all 3 of those guys. Let me see if I pulled that dub off. Oh, I did. I got him dub over Bogey in that league because of freaking Ayuk. Ayuk shit the bed for Bogey. So I got lucky in that the SBI, the Spencer Bogey Invitational. What up, Tino? Appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, I gotta have a little insight on Saints Cowboys. Our teams are about to clash, bro, in week 2. So I'll have a little insight on that in the Saints segment, just going over the scores here real quick in the Monday night game before we get into all that. Peacock, caca! Shout out to Miles Peacock for the dope graphic. Appreciate you. Let me pull it up here for those just tapping in on the okay, yeah, the overlays. Let me pull it up for y'all. Look at this work art Peacock whipped up for me, man. The Power Hour. We are live and lit, baby. Let's fucking go. Guru Nation Power Hour. Fantasy Stock Report. We've got y'all covered, man. Appreciate Peacock for that dope artwork. And Peacock, the invite's extended. If you have a humble opinion you want to tell us about, feel free to tap in. That's going to be at around midnight Eastern, 9 o'clock West Coast, the In My Humble Opinion segment. It's going to be crazy. We're going to give our wild takes in our humble opinion. So appreciate you, Peacock. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, this one, I mean, Brees did all right. Nothing special. At least he found the end zone. No one else really did anything there. Rodgers, I mean, looked a little rusty, but he threw the dart to Lazard and wait, Tyrod came in? I actually didn't get to watch this full game. I was kind of fading in and out. So I sound dumb right now as far as not knowing exactly what happened. But if anyone want to give context on why Tyrod got in there, let me know. Because, yeah, I was, like I said, I didn't get to keep a super close eye on the Monday nighter, unfortunately. But I saw the Rodgers throw. I saw Mason doing his thing. So, yeah. And then the receiving line, Lizard Man, 2 tugs. Holy shit. Now that Rodgers is back, he's back. That's a perfect example of someone that's completely tied to Rodgers. Wilson, though, at least led the team in targets. Kind of a disappointing line, though, just 6 for 60. Brees caught a few. No one else involved, really. Thought Conklin might be a little more involved. But as far as the Niners go, Juwan Man Jennings, he's their lead receiver. Had a big role. Debo, of course, played a big role. I figured that would happen with Ayuk just getting back into it. I figured Debo would start off well. Kittle, not bad, but not great. Juszczyk was a little more involved, I guess, with CMC out. Mason only caught 1 pass. Yep, that's that. Oh, it was just the last 2 minutes. Okay, good. Game was out of reach. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, good. Okay, and I guess they were just throwing every play because, like, damn, he threw 8 times. I was like, damn, did something happen to Rodgers at one point? But okay. Thank y'all for clearing that up. I kind of thought that's what it was, but I was like, let me make sure because that's another thing. Yeah, once I saw it was out of hand, I kind of quit paying attention because I was just like, well, that's the end of that shit. But I'm still hot about starting Kittle over Mason. Damn, yeah, bro. Oh, I'd have. Again, hindsight's 2020. I mean, I'd have probably started Mason because, I mean, without CMC, it's like you knew Mason was going to get a big workload. But the Jets have a very stingy front. So, I mean, I could see you doing that. But also, I think the strength of the Jets defense was more their secondary. So, but yeah, they need Hassan Reddick back, bro. Their defense, he's their guy they signed to be their top pass rusher and are traded for. Rather, I believe. Yeah, they traded for him. He doesn't have a new contract, so he's holding out. But anyway, Apes Against the Machine. What up, bro? Like that avatar there. Appreciate you tapping in, brother. But anyway, yeah, that's the Monday night game. I have more on Shanny on the In My Humble Opinion segment. Really like what I saw from him. But let's get back to the scoreboard. They're not going to go through every box score. Just going to kind of give some quick takes before we do the stock report. So we had the Thursday night football here, the Ravens Chiefs. Actually, we could go through each box score. We'll just be real quick with it. Lamar had a big game, over 100 on the ground. Patty Mahomes, 291 through the air, 1 tug, 1 pick. So not a great debut for Mahomes, but I mean, they did what they needed to do to win. So it's just kind of like last year. It wasn't that great for fantasy, but the encouraging thing was that he threw for a lot of yards. Just only the 1 touchdown hurt him because they had 2 rushing touchdowns. Xavier Worthy did really good there. Pacheco as well led the team in rushing in the tug, so not bad. Derrick Henry looked a little inefficient, and yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go through all the box scores, unfortunately. I think it's geeking, but likely 9-1-11 and a tug. The huge week. We'll talk more about him on the stock report. Rashi Rice with a big game. So that was cool to see there out of Rashee Rice. So let's see. CJ Mosley died somewhere along the second quarter and they started running like crazy. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Damn, CJ Mosley, that's an important piece there. I should be happy because I went 9 of 13 leagues. Just that one league I'm thinking about. Yep, I feel that. It's always that one. I'm in 13 as well, Peacock. Lucky number 13. Cooper Cup, top 3 ROS. He'll be in my stock report, Apes, and yeah, he could be. Although Puka's just short-term hours. I'm not going to go far as to say top 3, but top 12 for sure. Yep, exactly. Yeah, Texans won, Saints won, Niners won. All is right in the world. All our teams won. Hell yeah. Shout out to the crew. So, yeah, but anyway, this game was kind of a back and forth as expected. Really, the big takeaways here was the likely blow up. Andrews not doing anything. I think this could end up a 2 tight end offense, though. So, Andrews was battling stuff in the offseason. I think he could bounce back. And then the Chiefs, man, Xavier Worthy didn't get that many targets or carries, but he did a bunch with what he got. So he should start seeing more looks. Kelsey struggled, but I expect Kelsey to bounce back. He's done it for too long not to. I think he's just, he's an aging veteran, kind of like Derrick Henry. You just got to be patient with the aging veterans there. They'll have their time. Just probably preserving themselves for the stretch. Packers and Eagles. Jalen Hurts, okay debut, 2 picks, not great, but overall not bad, a good amount of yards. Saquon went off in that debut. His Eagles debut, that is, killed it there. Jaden Reed also had a huge week 1 there for Green Bay. Jordan Love, the key takeaway there is Jordan Love got hurt, expected to miss a few weeks with a knee injury. Doesn't sound like it's that serious, though. Didn't put him on the IR, so that was good. He should be back within a week or 2, I would think. But in the meantime, they could be in trouble because Malik Willis, that's going to be rough. Because even with Love last week, they only had a couple players that really did anything. And Christian Watson, the only reason he did anything was because he found the end zone, and then Romeo Dobbs was all right for PPR. He got a few targets. So anyway, yeah, that was that Brazil game. So yeah, my Saints, I'll have more on the Saints segment. But yeah, Derek Carr, bro, 3 tugs. Cheers to that. Hell yeah, man. Derek Carr, 3 touchdowns. Did you see the Saints sweep the leaders? No Panthers appearing on there. The Panthers were just complete dog shit in this one. Alvin Kamara with a big one there. Also caught a lot of passes. Rashid Shaheed, bruh. The stud of the game with the big tug there to start it off. So, yep, 59-yard receiving touchdown. Damn straight. So, yep, my Saints killed it, man. Good stuff there. We'll have more on the stock report. I know y'all probably, when you get to the damn stock report, I got to get through these scores real quick. I'll get there. Just chill and drink, baby. And, of course, appreciate y'all all for tuning in. Yeah, I'm in the process of trading Willis. Let's talk about his upside. Okay, hey, I got you, Tino. Malik Willis, dual threat, super flex league winner. There you go. I mean, he could be a placeholder because, I mean, the good thing with a guy like Malik Willis is that he runs a lot. I'm just saying he hurts their playmakers, but he himself could actually be a somewhat okay super flex option. But anyway, yeah, Fields, not a great Steelers debut, but at least he got to start with Mr. Unlimited dealing with a calf injury. Russell Wilson, that guy. I don't know. I'm starting to think he just don't care anymore. But, you don't want to be harsh on athletes, but I mean, who isn't? We all are. We're passionate fans, so. But anyway, yeah, this matchup. Falcons were ugly. They didn't score anything in the second half. Corky Kirko Chains, 2 picks. Looked really rusty coming off the torn Achilles and a new offense. So might take him a few weeks to get going. I think he'll eventually get going, but I don't know about Drizzy, Drake London. Golly, he looked bad. He looked terrible. And yeah, looking like Love is for sure missing at least a week or 2, I would think. But you never know. He could try to rush it back, but I don't think they're going to want to take a chance on that. Just throw it to Reed and let him work. Exactly. Yeah, Reed, I think, will be fine. I'm still starting him. I'm not scared because he's such a playmaker. I mean, might want to temper your expectations a little bit. And if it's a shallow league, like I would maybe not start him. But in anything 12 teams or more, I'd still start him for sure. What up, Irish boy? Appreciate you tapping in, brother. What's your take on Amon-Ra? Brush it off and move on. Oh, 100%. I was thinking about that earlier today. Amon-Ra will be just fine. If anything, it was good how that went down. Jameson really burned the Rams because I feel like the Rams are just really trying to key in on Amon-Ra and take him out of the game. But guess what? The Lions still cooked because of Jameson Williams. So defenses are going to have to pay attention to Jameson. So then now that with that the case, they're not going to be able to key in as much on Amon-Ra. And they got Laporta and Gibbs and Montgomery. They got too many damn playmakers over there to double and triple team someone. So Amon-Ra is going to be just fine. He's a damn stud. Yep, trade for the sun god. Exactly. He's definitely one to try to trade for at this point for sure. That'll be another segment we could add in here as far as trades. Buy low, sell high. We'll definitely add that in its own. Probably after a few weeks, so it's probably too early to worry about trades. But hey, I got a blockbuster offer in the SBI. Shout out to Heart to Start Kev. You know, the trade offer is already hitting, and if someone's willing to give you a good deal, you might have to take it. You know, because it's one of those things, kind of a win-win. He needs quarterback help. I could use. Well, I could. He needs quarterback depth, so I was going to try to upgrade at the position and sacrifice some depth, but we'll see if we can come to a deal. Ferguson hurt now. Yep, that's another one. We'll go over that on the stock report. Should I drop in for Parkinson or Likely? Even if I don't get Likely, go for Parkinson. Yeah, Parkinson had a roll. No Tyler Higbee for a while. No Puka now, so I think Parkinson's a good pickup if you can't get Likely. Yes, I will agree with that. Difference between the Lions and Texans is that all the Texans ate, and Laporta and Amon-Ra disappointed. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Texans, I'm sure, will have some weeks where not everyone eats, but I think CJ Stroud spreads it around probably a little better than Goff, honestly. I feel like Goff isn't like yeah, exactly. Stroud's a great distributor. Goff isn't as good of a distributor as Stroud. Stroud is perfect for fantasy because he can get, I mean, Mixon, Collins, Diggs, and Tank Dell are all very good. So yeah, shout out to Stroud and the H-Town, baby. I love the Texans this season. Glad I got a lot of shares of their guys. The only one I don't have much of is Diggs, but I got shares of all the other guys. So anyway, Bills Cardinals 34-28. The Stallion led a big comeback down the stretch. Shout out to Josh Allen. Keon Coleman ended up their lead receiver. Glad to see the rookie do something there in the second half. James Cook had a big game. Looking like Allen and Cook are the only things we can trust for now, but eventually they'll probably, like Keon or some of the other guys, could emerge at receiver. And as for the Cardinals, Kyler was all right, nothing special. James Conner, though, had a big debut. The only negative there, Marvin Harrison Jr., big dud, but I would expect him to bounce back. Don't panic about Marv Jr. Bears Titans, this matchup was all bad, other than Tony Pasta. Damn it, Tino. You made me hate Tony Pasta this offseason. Everyone, well, I'm not gonna lie, I've always hated Tony Pasta. I do have one share of him, and I already hate my team in that league, so I might try to look for trade Tony Pasta because I need help in that league depth-wise. But I gotta say, Tony Pasta definitely impressed and showed that he's the main back in that offense. Did a lot more than Tajay, so. Yep, Patriots, Rahamador, huge game in their upset win over the Bengals. Probably the biggest upset of the week there. Joe Burrow did not look too shiesty this week. Man, 164 yards, no touchdowns. Jamar Chase came back and did all right, but looked a little rusty. And then no T. Higgins. So Bengals always seem to start off slow under Burrow, but Burrow, I mean, we know the drill with Joe Shiesty. As long as he's healthy, they'll turn that ship around. And the Patriots, that was a fluke. Like, they're a bad football team. But Rahamador, bro, Ramondre Stevenson, wish I had more shares of him. He's the real deal. Texans, Colts, we just talked about the Texans some. You know, they're really good. Obviously, the Colts did their thing too. AR-15 did good, or AR-5 now. Anthony Richardson. JT found the end zone. Not a great week for him, but at least he scored. Alec Pierce was their breakout. He had the big long tug there. Finished with 125 yards. Pittman, the big disappointment out of that one, but I think he'll bounce back. Jags, Dolphins. Dolphins defeat the Jags 20-17. Tyreek and Waddle both had big games, as well as Tua, only one tug, but a lot of yards there. The Jags, kind of a disappointment. Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, both no-shows. A rookie Brian Thomas at least showed up. T-Law kind of mad, and then Tank Bigsby outdid Etienne as far as rushing yards, but yep, trade soda, yep. But as far as touches, they were equal. And he outdid him in rushing yards. Etienne found the end zone, though, so not a total disaster for Etienne, but Tank Bigsby definitely played more of a part than we were thinking, so might have to downgrade Etienne a little bit. Would you trade CMC for Hill and Ayuk? Oh, easily, bro. Tyreek Hill? Everybody, Tyreek, I got the Taysom Hill threads on. Shout out to my boy Taysom, Mr. Everything, Swiss Army knife. So Taysom Hill and Ayuk, hell no, don't do that. I love Taysom, but not that much for fantasy. But if it's Tyreek Hill, bro, 100% do that. You're winning big in that deal. I think Hill and CMC are about even value wise, and you get Ayuk as a cherry on top. Oh yeah, do that in a heartbeat, my brother. I'll hate on the Colts Wednesday on H-Out Huddle. Yeah, shout out to H-Out Huddle. Yeah, we got a lot of programming coming up on Gen WealthNet. Tomorrow morning, wake your game up. Gonna have all the waiver wire additions for y'all. And H-Town Huddle on Wednesday. Peacock's gonna have all the Texans isms as well as AFC South breakdowns and answering any fantasy questions you guys might have. So yeah, tap in, folks. So yeah, that game wasn't the best, but at least it was more yards and touchdowns there. Wish they had a little more scoring. Vikings, Giants. Giants, a big disappointment there. Only 6. At least Malik Neighbors did a little something. The Vikings were a pleasant surprise, though. Jalen Naylor caught a touchdown. Jettis did his thing. Not a huge game for Jettis, but at least he caught a touchdown. And Sam Darnold wasn't a complete piece of shit. So at least he did all right. And Aaron Jones had a good game. Singletary, not a whole lot from him. So got only a few more games left before we do the stock report, which I kind of basically am doing a stock report as we speak. But I'm just going to go highlight the ones that I feel strongly about before we get into the In My Humble Opinion segment. Let's go. Let's see the Raiders and Chargers here. J.K. Dobbins, big game there, had the big long run and did a lot more than Gus. So definitely was encouraging to see him more involved, as well as Ladd McConkey, the rookie. He had a pretty good game in his debut. Justin Herbert, not a great game, but at least he got to tug the McConk, the Scottish lad. So yeah, shout out to Ladd McConk. You have to play the bagpipes here. Where are the bagpipes? Gotta let's see. We'll have to switch to this, but yeah, we got to get these bagpipes playing for the Scottish lad honoring his first career NFL touchdown. Laddie McConkey, the bloody lad, gentlemen. Ah, yes. The Scottish laddie, baby. Yes, sir. Gotta shout him out. Laddie McConkey. So I got Wilson and Dell. Oh, we got a trade question here. Dominic. Appreciate you, Dominic. Dude, I just got an offer of Garrett Wilson for Tank Dell, for Brian Thomas. Wait. Whoa. Yeah, well, I don't get it, bro. I'm not comprehending this. I just got an offer of Garrett Wilson and I got it now. Gotcha. Yes, all right. I got a beer in my hand. We just we go on as we go. So got an offer of Garrett Wilson and Tank Dell for Brian Thomas, Jaden Reed, and Pickens. My other wide receivers are Rice and London. Oh, Drizzy. Oh yeah, you could use some help. So you're getting the 3 for 2 or the 2 for 3. Let me know again. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Wilson and Dell is who he gets. And he's trading away Thomas, Reed, and Pickens. Man. I want to say yes, but I would ask for a third piece because, Thomas, Reed, and Pickens are all valuable pieces. So to me, you're kind of selling yourself short by only getting 2 back. I know Wilson's the best player in the trade, though, but it might take him a few weeks to really get going. And then Tank Dell, he's got competition. I wouldn't do this, I don't think. It's very tempting, though, because you can make a case that you're getting. I'm not a big Pickens fan. I'm not a big Brian Thomas fan. And you're kind of selling high on Jaden Reed, which is smart. So I would try to just get like a third piece that's like decent, like just some sort of bench piece that the guy just like just something is like a third piece. And if you can just get something that's like better than a waiver wire guy, then I'd do this. I think it's overall good for you. It's just, you just don't want to. It's good to dance. It's good to negotiate. So I'd send the counter and ask for a third piece. But yeah, I like that. That's a good trade for you. We got a lot of trade questions coming in. Cap for life. What up? Cap for life. Hey, bro. Yeah, what up, bro? Appreciate you tapping in. I'm number 2 on the waiver wire. Hill or Mason? Oh, Mason, easy, bro. I mean, we don't know. CMC might miss another few weeks or something, so I'd for sure get Mason. Justice Hill, though, could be sneaky, but I still think that's Derrick Henry's backfield. WR piece, Wilson. Oh, Pierce or Wilson, Arizona. Need to. Do I drop Herbert, pick up Fields? I think I'd keep Herbert. I'd give him another week or two. And I'd probably lean Pierce over Wilson. I don't trust Wilson, Arizona. The reason he did anything is because he caught a touchdown. So I'm going Pierce. Pickens is weak. Take the trade. Yeah, I feel that. I'm not a huge Pickens fan, but I can't say he's weak. Like he's not great, but he's still a piece of a piece of value. Like a flex piece. So you gotta, even if you don't like someone, you gotta value people, correctly. So you don't want to get ripped off. Grade the trade: Stroud and Singletary for Josh Allen and Michael Pittman. Oh, come on, bro. Allen and Pittman, 100%. That is an insanely lopsided trade. I mean, Stroud might come close to Allen, but Singletary and Pittman, like Pittman is way more valuable than Singletary. I hope you're on the Allen Pittman side of that. How did CMC get hurt? Practice? Yeah, I think so, Tino. I think so. Yeah, I think it's that same injury, bro. Yeah, it sucks, but I'm just glad I don't have any shares. Anyway, okay, so the Chargers won 22-10. Shout out to the laddie. The Ginsu ended up getting some garbage time, but overall, rough showing for Raiders offense. Amir Zeus White, not a good debut for him as their starting running back. Seahawks Broncos. I don't know how the Broncos got 20 points. Their offense was just god awful in this game. Seahawks did pretty good, especially on the ground. Lockett did something. JSN and DK didn't do shit, but then Gengino had a rushing tug, so yeah, I don't know. I just think Denver is dog shit this year, but that could be in my humble opinion take. I'll give them one more week before I really lay it on Sean Payton. All right, so the boys, shout out to Tino and Derek. Cowboys win. How about them Cowboys? 33-17 over the freaking doo-doo Browns, bro. Gosh, they stunk. Other than Jerome Ford, everyone for them was trash. So moving on. Bucks, Commandos, 37-20. Shout out to Baker, 4 touchdowns. That's Kidda's boy was pounding the drum for Baker Mayfield, and he delivered in week 1. But not to write on the parade for y'all Baker truthers, but the Commandos were by far the worst pass defense last year, and they still look like a really bad pass defense. But at least their offense did a little something. Kid Jaden Daniels looked all right. Good as a runner, really good as a runner, but as a passer, not so much. Scary Terry, the other Scottish lad, didn't do so well, unfortunately. But I think B-Rob got a tug, and the Bucks receivers all did well. Godwin and Mike Evans, very steady, reliable options there. And then our final in overtime Sunday night, last night, the Lions took down the Rams. That was a weird game. That game felt like a struggle kind of for the Rams, but they fought. That's one thing with Matthew Stafford. He's a freaking warrior, but that was a tough game for the Rams. Same with the Lions, too. I mean, they didn't always execute like they wanted, but tell you what, the Rams with McVay, bro, that's a tough team, even though they've got a lot of young pieces. It's gonna be tough. They're gonna be a tough team for opposing teams, but yeah, Houston versus Chicago this Sunday night. Okay, we get to see what Caleb Williams is made of in prime time. He had the rough first week, but we'll see if he can bounce back. Should be a more more favorable game script for him. But anyway, yeah, that's week 1. That's the week 1 rundown. So yep, comment your trades, waivers. I know we've had a lot of trade questions already, so if y'all have any more, drop them in. But I'm going to go over my stock report real quick. These are 5 players that I feel like really improved their fantasy football stock this week. The first name I'd like to start with is Isaiah Likely, who, I mean, Thursday night really did his thing in prime time, showcased who he was. Caleb struggling. Okay, yeah, I'll second that. I'm trying to trade. I might be trying to trade for him right now. So yeah, Caleb sucks. Fuck him. I don't know. I mean, in my honest opinion, if Kev's watching, well, the cat's out of the bag. My honest opinion is that he'll turn the ship around. But although, yeah, Chris Godwin's stock went up 100%. He's in that deal too. That's the SBI. We might be cooking something up in there. That's all I'm gonna say though. I'm not gonna say the whole deal. I don't want to give out confidential information, but let's just say there could be a deal in the works there. But anyway, yeah, Chris Godwin's stock went up for sure. Although we kind of expected this out of Chris Godwin. A lot of us sharp fantasy players kind of saw this coming with Chris Godwin. I mean, I took him over Rashee Rice in the SBI, and I was kind of kicking myself at first, but now I'm kind of glad I did it because if Rashee gets popped, guess what? Chris Godwin, bro, will be obviously a much better pick. And even if Rashee doesn't get popped, I mean, Chris Godwin might be able to match him or at least come close. Yeah, although again, it's the Commandos' worst pass defense. Honestly, I'm not really. I'm not gonna really nominate any quarterbacks for this. Like, I feel like because all quarterbacks get usage. A lot of this is based off usage that I'm going to do with this stock report, not necessarily performance. And so likely he had a lot of targets, so he definitely gets a stock up for me. Cooper Kupp obviously gets a big stock up, usage through the roof without Puka. Jamison Williams saw a lot of looks with him keying in on Amon-Ra, and he's so talented when he touches the ball. I see the Lions using him a lot more moving forward. Jaden Reed, we were wondering if maybe Watson or Dobbs would be the guy there, but it's pretty clear Jaden Reed's the guy in Green Bay, so stock up for him. Rashid Shaheed, this is one he didn't get a whole lot of touches, but when he did touch the ball, he was so explosive. I think he's going to be a good pet project for Clint Kubiak. So Rashid Shaheed should continue to go up. Alan Lazard, got to shout him out, even though I'm not expecting him to keep this up, but definitely gets a stock up being, and he was just as involved as Garrett Wilson. Again, don't expect that to continue, but got to give him his flowers for week one. Yes, sir. Joe Mix-a-Lot. He likes touchdowns and he cannot lie. Yes, sir. Sir Joe Mix-a-Lot, baby. Carried me to victory in the SBI, bro. That's the secret in that league for me, man. That fifth round running back, Josh Jacobs from 2 years ago, carried me to the chipper in that league. I'm hoping I can do the same this time around with Sir Joe Mix-a-Lot. He likes touchdowns and he cannot lie. Yes, sir. I knew it was Reed. Yep. Yeah, Jaden Reed, bro. Huge stock up for him. Some more low-key names. J.K. Dobbins, we were wondering if it'd be him or Gus. Looking like it's going to be J.K.'s backfield as long as he is healthy. Alec Pierce looking like he's the deep threat there for the Colts. We know AR is a big arm and likes to sling it. Jerome Ford looking like the clear-cut workhorse there in Cleveland. He's worth a start as long as Chubb is out. Tony Pasta stock up. I know we hate him, but guess what? He was getting the majority of their touches. And, I mean, Tajay Spears hadn't really shown a whole lot yet outside of a few catches. So Tony Pasta looks like the guy in Tennessee, at least early on. Xavier Worthy did a lot with a little, but he's definitely going to get more moving forward, especially with Hollywood Brown out. And then a couple of backup running backs that stepped up when the starters went down. Jordan Mason, obviously, huge stock up for him as long as CMC's out. He's the clear-cut guy over there. And then with the Seahawks, Ken Walker dealing with, I believe, an abdominal injury. So stock up for Zach Charbonnet. He had a tug last week, caught a few passes, did pretty good. Didn't do a whole lot on the ground, just I think he caught a tug. But thing is, though, if Ken Walker's out, they're going to make Charbonnet their guy. I know he didn't have a great rookie year, but I think he's a good post-hype candidate. He's a guy I got late in a lot of leagues. So I think Charbonnet, considering how hard Ken Walker runs, he's kind of prone for injury. So I like Charbonnet as a good waiver wire ad this week. And if you have him stashed like I did, well, cheers to you. All right, stock down. A few names to go over for stock down. My apologies. Just getting this thing going. I'll have little banners and shit next week for y'all so y'all can see the names, but we going on the fly, y'all. Bear with me. Stock down, Raheem Mostert. Terrible week one for Raheem Mostert. Looked like J.K. Dobbins and with the Hobbit or which novel? Yeah, Harry Potter, bro. Yeah, J.K. Yep. But anyway, yeah, Mostert. terrible week 1. Jalen Wright was inactive. I was thinking he would do pretty good. And, yep, Gus is a little bus. He ain't scared of that bus. So, anyway, Mostert, though, bad week 1. I am concerned about Raheem Mostert looking like J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins, golly, look at me. I'm already drunk, y'all. I didn't even have a beer, and I'm already messed up. Joking. Javon A-Chain was the name that is. He should have been on my stock up because he got the majority of touches. Mostert looking rough there. I'm nervous about Mostert. I don't even think I'd start him next week. Maybe if they have a soft matchup, but if not, I ain't gonna mess with him. Drizzy stock down. Drake London. Freaky ass. Well, I don't want to put him in there, even though he shares a name with freaking Drake. Let's hope Drake London isn't like that. But anyway, Drake London, just a bad first week. Did not see hardly any targets. Only 3 targets. Not a good look for Drake London. And I'm so glad I stayed away. That was one of my ones to stay away from. Yeah, let me pull up the Womp Womp for y'all because we're talking stock downs. Let me pull that joint up. If I can find it. I need to have Peacock in the back. I need to him be my producer for this joint moving forward. Let's see. If he can. Obviously, if you're busy, bro, don't feel obligated. Let's see. Where's the... I don't know where it is. Oh, is this it? Yep. Drizzy! Drizzy, bro.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That was my exact thoughts when I saw. Those are my exact thoughts when I saw Tank Bigsby freaking taking work from Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne, big stock down for Etienne. They literally had the same amount of carries, and guess who had more yards? Tank Bigsby. I'm so glad I stayed away from Etienne this year. I was telling people to avoid him because he was not very efficient last year, so I'm glad I stayed away. I'll just leave it at that. I thought he would at least get volume, but shoot, Tank Bigsby, man, cutting into Etienne's workload right away, looking like Tank Bigsby's improved. So Etienne stocked out. I mean, looking at usage, he did not get the usage we wanted out of him, and he wasn't very efficient to top it off. So I'm more nervous about Travis Etienne. Obviously, don't panic trade him, but he might not be a bad trade candidate because a lot of people look at his stats and be like, oh, he did fine. He scored a touchdown at 40-something yards. But when you really look at it, it's cause for concern. So honestly, would maybe look to trade Etienne. A few other ones to talk about. Mark Andrews, I wouldn't try to trade him right now. His stock is really down. But, just got to admit, I mean, a stock down's a stock down. And Mark Andrews is one of those. So, okay, I got it, Peacock. Yeah, on it. But our last few, some receivers here that we gotta shit on. Yep. These motherfuckers stunk. I'm just gonna read them off to y'all. Amari Cooper. Terry McLaurin. Deontay Johnson, DK Metcalf, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Trash. All are freaking trash this week. Garbage, I tell you. And I'm a little nervous about them because none of their offenses look very good. But, it's not really worth panicking and trading them. I'm just saying, though, I am a little nervous about these guys. Like, Amon-Ra, not nervous about one bit. Marv Jr., not at all nervous about. Olave, not nervous. But those other ones, I'm freaking nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I'm freaking nervous. So that's my take on that. So, yep, we Bogey, if you're out there, Bogey. In my humble opinion, coming up in 5 minutes, I'm about to give some quick Saints takes. But if you got some humble opinions, or anyone in our playmakers thread, if y'all got humble opinions, slide on over and then get those in here. So oh man, yeah, that's tough. Yep. Yeah, that's week 1, man. That's just week 1. Yeah, here we go. All tight ends down bad. All tight ends get a... Other than Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely gets a... Yeah. All for Isaiah Likely, because the rest of the freaking tight ends suck. So that's there you go. Isaiah Likely, baby. Shout out to him. But let's see. Scoring down this year isn't my fantasy teams. Might be down a tad, but not really though, Tino. Most of my fantasy teams did pretty good, but week one it can be like that, man. Don't panic about week one. I've had years where I was horrible in week one. So yeah, week one is just kind of odd. I would say it was about average though, as far as scoring. They had some kind of back and forth games, but yeah, they did have a lot of offenses that shit the bed. So yeah, I think you got a point there, but I think that's kind of true a lot of years early on. It takes a little while for these passing games to get in sync. So anyway, let's get into this Saints talk, baby. Yes, sir. Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Yes, sir. Let's pull it up here. Let's put it up. Let's put it up. Saints talk, y'all. Let's get right into it, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's get into the Saints talk, y'all. I gotta talk my shit, man. I gotta talk my shit. Oh, well, let's get Tino get his little take in. I feel like a lot of O-lines are struggling. Most quarterbacks didn't have much time in the pocket. Exactly, yeah, because defenses tend to be a little ahead of offenses. So, and Peacock's got a humble opinion. All right, I'm going to pull that on the screen before that segment begins. I got a few quick Saints takes here. Just give me like 5 minutes here to get these Saints takes in. So, my first Saints take is Clint Kubiak. Hallelujah! Holla freaking hallelujah for Clint Kubiak, yo. 1 beer. 2 beers. 3 sips of beer, 3 cheers, whatever you want to call it for Clint Kubiak. Because that's how many Derek Carr. That's how many Derek Carr threw. No, I'm not fuck Derek Carr. I'm not giving him the credit. Clint Kubiak, damn it, it's Clint Kubiak, the genius, the boy genius. I pounded the table. I've been pounding the fucking table for 3 years. After Sean Payton left, I was like, please hire an innovative offensive coordinator. Get rid of Sean Payton's leftover plays. But they finally did, and guess what happened? We whooped ass. That was the best Saints offense since Sean Payton. That was the best Saints offense since Drew freaking Brees, baby. That Saints offense looked revitalized. And guess why? Clint freaking Kubiak. Even Derek Carr's dumbass can thrive in that offense. So shout out to Double K, Clint Kubiak, baby, the Coopster. The Big Coob, baby. Clint Kubiak. You're not going to fuck with Big Coob. I tell you what, if the Saints end up disappointing this year, just thinking long term, Big Coob is going to take Dennis Allen's job. If they got in a fight, Kubiak would beat that Dennis Allen's ass, bro. I don't know. Dennis Allen might fight dirty. You never know. But anyway, let's hope they stay on the same page because, Dennis Allen's a really good defensive mind and Kubiak's a really good offensive mind. They could be a really lethal duo. If this Saints team can come together and take down your Cowboys, Tino, then we could have a hell of a season. So the next week's going to be big for my Saints because if we can make a statement against Dallas, that could lead to some real legit success. So we'll see if it's legit, but I definitely am very, very happy with what I saw from Mr. Clint Kubiak's offense, man. That stuff looked amazing. So yeah, let's move on to the defense. The defense looked good. Mario Davis all over the field as usual. I mean, this dude is a freaking playmaker. And the secondary, got shot the secondary. Honey Badger forced a fumble. Let's see. Jordan Howden had a pick. Will Harris had a pick. The safeties stepped up. People were worried about the Saints secondary, but the safety stepped up. And the biggest shout out I like to give on defense, Alontae freaking Taylor. They were not respecting Alontae Taylor on the edge coming off in blitz packages, playing nickel, but blitzing as a nickel corner and got not 1, not 2, but 3 sacks. 3 sacks for our nickel corner, Alontae Taylor, bro. 3 sacks. Y'all better be prepared. Y'all O-line better be prepared for that force known as Alante Taylor. Damn it. Panthers look like this last year's Panthers, but worse on defense. Facts, they look like ass, dude. I gotta admit, and that'll be part of in my humble opinion, rant about how he just, let's not get too far out of ourselves with the Saints. Taylor on my bench and 2 IDPs, 40+ points. Facts. I don't even think I had him in any IDP because I was like, he's a cornerback. He ain't gonna do much. But anyway, yeah, this shout out to the defense for my Saints. But yeah, as far as I'm about to completely switch up the vibe here when I give y'all this in my humble opinion. But I mean, I'm happy though for week 1. I got to gas up my team at least a little bit. I don't want to come on here and just kill the mood as far as this being like, I gotta at least, give credit where credit's due. And they played a hell of a game because guess what? You can say how bad the Panthers are and how much they suck and, but they're still an NFL team. They're still, I had somebody that text me and say, I think, sorry about that, y'all. I think that the Alabama could beat them or freaking, Georgia, but hell no. Hell no. Yeah, I mean, yeah, y'all. I mean, yeah, this definitely won't be as easy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, infamous. Put infamous Winston in there. Damn it. Yeah, I agree. But excuse me. But let's get into my humble opinion, y'all. So shout out to my Saints. We're 1-0, but I gotta say here, my first humble opinion. And let me just introduce this segment, y'all. I'm gonna do it to where I'm gonna get really animated in this seg. In my humble, okay, I am H.O. I'm just doing this real quick here. And my bad, y'all. I wish I had more time to prepare. I've just been so busy lately. I'll be more prepared next week, I promise. This first one, just, bear with me. It's the first one, where you're kind of adjusting on the fly. But, I'm just getting all these takes. It's going to be 3 takes, and then we'll read the comments. I know Peacock had one. Actually, let's do that first. In my opinion. Oh, bullshit. Not in my opinion. We got to correct that. It's in my humble opinion, because everyone says in my opinion, but guess what? We keep the shit humble here, y'all, because guess what? All opinions should be humble because they're just opinions. They're not facts. Although when we give our opinions, we damn near think they're facts because we are passionate about our damn opinions here on the Guru Nation podcast. Okay, here we go. Peacock's first humble opinion of the night. Well, actually, his first one was this right here. And I again, my apologies. I'm all over the place. Here we go. In my humble opinion, AR5 didn't look that great outside of 4 plays and will get exposed more often than not. We probably witnessed his best fantasy game. Damn, that's a hot take, Peacock. Whew. In your humble opinion, but man, that's tough for AR owners because I think he might have more big games, but he brought up some good points there. Might be a little Texans bias mixed in there, but those were valid points. Here's his other opinion here. In my humble opinion, Bills fans were the ones starting all these Stephon Diggs as a diva narratives. Man, it's like I don't know, man. He was stirring the shit with the Vikings too. That one I can't agree with. I'm with you on the Richardson shit. I don't really like Richardson this year. I stayed away. I don't have any Richardson shares, but this Diggs take, he's a diva, man, for sure. I can't agree with this one. He's got to just hope. You got to just hope as a Texas fan that he's dialed in. If he's dialed in, it's great. I mean, that's the thing with divas. If divas dialed in, then, I mean, they have a lot of upside, but show me a wide receiver that's not a diva. I'll show you a bad receiver. Yeah, you kind of have to be a diva to be an NFL wide receiver, man. I mean, it's just part of what comes with playing that character. And yeah, they need Chubb bad, exactly. So, all right, I got my humble opinions for y'all. But yeah, appreciate Peacock dropping those in, and anyone else in the chat that has humble opinions they'd like to give. Don't be shy. Drop those joints in the chat here. But exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's just the nature of it. We want the ball. We want the ball. So let me take a sip here before we get into this thing. All right. My first humble opinion is going to be about my New Orleans Saints. Continuing the Saints talk. And in my humble opinion, Saints, pump on the brakes. I can't even type. I'm gonna do it back. I'm gonna redo it, y'all. Take two. Live TV. Y'all. Bear with me. We're almost through this thing. Appreciate everyone that's bared with us here. First episode, in my humble opinion, Guru Nation Power Hour. Yes, sir. And appreciate you for clearing that up. Yes, sir. Oh, it's all about Diggs. Okay. Yeah, it's just okay. I can go with that. But yeah, that's just the thing with all of them, bro. I mean, that's any receiver. They act like all receivers are bad seeds. That's just how it is. Everyone likes to shit on receivers because they're not the golden child like quarterbacks, you know? They don't really get to shine like the quarterbacks do. You know, the quarterback gets all the love, all the praise. The receiver, a lot of times, is just as important but doesn't get the credit. I think that's kind of what feeds that. They always feel kind of disrespected. And if there's a game where they don't get the love from the quarterback, where they don't get many targets, I can see why they get upset. So, perfect timing. Here we go, y'all. We couldn't launch, in my humble opinion, into space without this very guest, y'all. The founder of the Gin Wealth Net, y'all. Let's get him on. Bogart Scott Free.
Yes, I am him.
Yes.
You know what's crazy? You can't say the founder is me without saying you or Peacock or JD or even Kidda or Lee or
Shout out here to the
all the guys
streets. Yeah.
We are all the founders. Tino, even for real though. Like
Yep, Derek. Yep,
Steamboat.
Dennis. Yep, Steamboat. Yep,
You know what I mean? Just
exactly.
everybody that Candlestick. I got Candlestick in the building right here.
Yep. Candlestick. If you got any humble opinions, feel free.
I got the sixth ward in the building. That's what I always refer to you as on the show. The sixth ward in the building. Yeah. Oh yeah, hold on. Go ahead.
I had to throw that. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
Get him out there. Look at that. He got a tatted on it. Okay.
What up, bro?
What it do? I'm trying to show you. I was trying to show.
Here. This is how we're gonna do it here. Watch
we on some real West Coast shit tonight on the Power Hour.
No, this is real NOLA shit right here.
This is some NOLA shit. Let's get it. I saw the Tupac shirt. That's why I said West Coast. But
that's the sixth ward right there. Real
shout out to the sixth, bro.
Boom, right there. Get him on there. Look at that.
You know what that is?
Look at that. You see that?
Who's
see that, Wody? You see that, Wody?
That's
the first time I ever said Wody.
I'm gonna pull up out there probably in November.
Okay.
Yeah, matter of fact, you gonna be in it. You gonna go to the Atlanta game?
Possibly. Yeah, if you're there, man, hit me
in Atlanta. I'm talking
about.
In it?
No, I won't be at that.
You know what? We'll make the phone call.
Yeah, you got.
We'll make the phone call. We'll make the phone call.
I might come for the one in the city too, though. So we got a link.
Okay, yeah, bet, bro. Bet.
Yeah, I know people in higher places.
Believe that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate you tapping in, man. Shout out to the six. Shout out to NOLA. Yeah, we're a NOLA-based show here, so yeah, that's awesome, man.
You know, hey, you know what he brought me? He brought me some Creole pasta today. Yeah, me and Candace. He said, "Hold on, look what I done brought y'all." You know what I mean? See,
right?
I knew I was gonna do it right. If I'm gonna do the Guru Nation Power Hour, I gotta have some NOLA flavor. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, well, this one, the NOLA people aren't gonna like to hear this take, but I gotta get it in because boy, they had so many Saints fans acting like the whole season was saved. So, guess what, Saints fans? In my humble opinion, y'all, pump the brakes. Guess what? We beat the fucking Panthers, arguably the worst team in football. I mean, yeah, it's great to be 1-0, but bruh, you beat down a freaking kid that goes out in the playground with one arm tied behind his back. Of course he's gonna get his ass beat. Like, what is he doing? Like, dude, you don't even have both arms out. And by that I mean it's because their owner, David Tepper, is a fucking moron. So if your owner's a moron, it don't matter who you got. It's a trickle down effect. They are ass, bro. They are terrible. So guess what? We beat their ass, but at the end of the day, the real season starts this week because Dallas is a legit opponent. Carolina is trash. Bryce Young is trash. I'm going to get into that for my next take, but Saints fans, pump the brakes because guess what? If you go into this Dallas game feeling righteous and too high and mighty, guess what? And it's in my humble opinion, you're going to get your ass beat if you go into Dallas feeling like you've got everything figured out.
Yeah, hey, look at this. I'm going to be real with you. I might be wearing a hat right now. My sworn enemies, my unnatural enemies, are actually supernatural enemies. The Cowboys, I gotta say, they didn't exactly have their way with Cleveland. They went up in there and handled business. They're gonna have to go in and actually, I'm sorry, you guys are going in their house, right?
Yeah, we go into their house.
Going in their house. So this is gonna be a home opener for them. It's gonna be a real big deal, right? You know,
I like this from Peacock. Sweet Caroline, bad, bad, bad. Yes.
Yeah, they are bad.
Yep, they're all bad. Freaking trash. I'm about to rip Bryce Young a new one on this next one. Pause. But yeah, I think they're worried about Kamara. They're gonna let Carr try to beat us.
I got a formula to apologize to Peacock because I wasn't on the psychedelics at the time yet when I responded to the text. But I was so sincere. I was like, if you want to have fun, we should start Jordan Mason, right?
Yeah.
Because I want my man to win because you know what's fun? Winning, right?
Right.
But it's also like I hate being definitive on a decision, even if it's for myself. I always want to get both sides because 9 times out of 10 people are looking for the confirmation bias too. This is already how I feel. How do you feel about it? Boom. Then when it hits, you know what I'm saying? Because it really takes someone to be definitive, like, all right, you feel that way, but this is how we should do it. You know what I mean?
Yep, facts.
Like
we got a couple trade
Jameson
questions,
Williams.
Brody. Yeah, we
like
got a couple
Jameson
trade
Williams
questions,
week 1.
Brody.
We're doing this shootout. You know what I mean?
And that paid off. Came at the expense of Amon-Ra, unfortunately.
But I was willing to make it an expense of my fantasy life for week 1, right? It could have went the wrong way. And I should have I should have told. I feel responsible for being because I'm a Niner guy.
It's all good, like you said. It's all good. We live to play another day. He won the battle, but I will win the war. He's got the right mindset. Yeah, exactly, bro. All right, let's get to Augusto's question. Shout out to Augusto for tuning in. Kamara and Ford for Lamb. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, we're doing that.
We're doing this.
We're fucking doing that fast.
And Etienne and Rashad for Jefferson. I don't know about that one, Brody. I'd probably pass on that one, honestly. I would take this one, though. I wouldn't take this other one, but I would take that first one for surely. Tino saying send it. So with the East Side League, I guess. That's funny. All right. Let me give my next humble opinion, which is going to be about Bryce motherfucking Young. Bryce motherfucking Young. What the fuck? The first overall pick of the 2022 NFL draft. The Carolina Panthers select Bryce Young. The short quarterback who, let's be real, shorter quarterbacks ever since Drew Brees have been kind of an in thing. I mean, we've seen Kyler Murray, Russ. I mean, these undersized QBs do their thing. I mean, Baker, just because you're undersized doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a bust. But guess what, y'all? Bryce Young is a fucking bust. He's trash. He's terrible as far as his NFL standards go. I mean, yeah, compared to most people, he would whoop their ass. I mean, he's a great athlete, even though he's short. But when it comes to NFL, though, it's like you've got to be at that next level. And I just don't think Bryce Young is there. And I hate to be negative to the kid, but it just seems like he's just it's in his head at this point. I just don't think he's in a good headspace. And the way he's going, man, I think he is going to be, in my humble opinion, the biggest NFL draft bust that was selected first overall, the biggest #1 overall draft pick bust since Jamarcus Russell in 2007. In my humble opinion, because Bryce Young looks that bad. He looks clueless out there. He looks horrendous. He looks helpless. He's just so short and helpless. When you look at him on O-line, he just looks like, like he's just like, I'm gonna quit ripping on him because I mean it's like, yeah, he's terrible. Yeah, the Texans tricked the Panthers. Exactly. Yep. That's crazy. Just imagine if the Texans would have ended up with Bryce Young, how things would be different. That is crazy, bro. Thank God for the Texans. Y'all got Stroud. Yeah, Nick Caserio, man, he's a freaking genius. So the S2 test. Exactly. Yeah, he did that to get teams to freak out about Stroud. Yep. That he is a genius. Yep. He is a genius. And I'd like to pull up Tino's question from earlier because he brought up this is a good question. I'll answer it. I don't mind, and this ain't going to affect my job. I mean, because I'll be honest with you, I mean, I've never witnessed this. So definitely not from Gail Benson, the Saints owner. I've never once seen her try to push narratives or anything. I mean, the only thing is if you're too like ridiculously harsh on the team, they could revoke your credential potentially. But as long as you do an honest job, like they're gonna treat you fine. I mean, hell, she freaking flew out the dude that passed away, rest in peace to him, Ed Daniels, man. She paid for all his expenses and stuff, like to where I believe most NFL owners genuinely value an honest media. There's probably, I bet that Dave Tepper, that stupid ass for the Panthers, I bet he's probably revoked credentials and shit. But most owners, they want media there. They want as much press there as possible. So
my bad. I had to dip out real quick because the baby woke up going crazy.
Oh yeah, no worries, bro. Yeah, I muted it and stuff. Yeah, no worries, bro.
Yeah,
no
I
worries.
appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I live in a war zone.
Oh yeah, I know it, bro. I know it. Tino, I was just answering Tino's question because he was asking me if there's ever been the case of an owner pushing narratives with the media, and I mean, maybe at some point, but not in our media. Like Gail Benson has never done that to where which I'm glad because I mean, you don't want team owners going on power trips like that. Hannah McNair pushing narratives that Amy Adams, the Titans, are bitter. Oh, yeah, I believe that. But
I would say, right? Like narrative pushing is what media is all about.
Well, exactly. So it's like that's why they don't want you to. They're gonna get mad if you push like some narrative that the team is just totally trash or whatever. I mean, yeah, they're gonna want to. They're gonna, they're gonna be mad at you about that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like though, like most of the media is pretty unbiased. Like most of the media does a good job of not being a fan because if that's the thing, if you're in the press box cheering like a motherfucker, they're gonna kick you out. They don't allow fans in the press box. Like when I'm in the press box, I gotta take my cap off, and I cannot have any Saints gear on. I cannot cheer for the Saints. I've got to be neutral.
It's crazy.
That's how it works, man. You gotta keep it professional.
I'm not gonna say a name, but I know a guy who's a Niner, works for the Seahawks organization.
Yeah, shout out to.
I'm not gonna say the name.
Yeah, I won't say it either, but shout out to him. We know who he is.
We're gonna take that organization down from the inside.
Hell yeah. All right, here we go. My next. Wait, what's your humble opinion, Bogey? Before we get to my last one.
Okay. In my humble opinion, Cleveland just needs to start Jameis Winston, bro. Fuck the dumb shit.
Infamous Winston, let's fucking go.
Come on, bro.
Fuck him and his fucking bullshit.
They got in there with Flacco. Now they can get in there with famous Jameis /
I'll drink to that,
Winston.
baby. Woo!
Come on, bro. In my humble opinion, bro.
Right, Jameis Winston, baby. Start Jameis. In my humble opinion.
Why did they bring in Jameis?
To take Watson's job, in my humble opinion.
Right, remember last year they were trying to have like these rookies behind them and shit.
Yeah, DTR, yep.
Fucking PJ Walker and
They
shit
definitely
like that.
brought Winston in to light a fire under him. But guess what? That man, he's like a shout out to I'm Live from Hold the Mayo podcast here. No, that boy said he was like, that motherfucker, he's more comfortable than a fucking dog on the couch. That's Deshaun. He's more comfortable than a fucking dog on the fucking couch after he got that contract.
You ain't lying.
He could fly his ass out to fucking God knows where and get all the massages he wants. Fly to Asia, to Europe, or anywhere, and he go overseas and he'll get all the fucking. Where's the drop? I gotta play it because it's like, man, bro, like you already know he be doing his thing, and it's fucked up because the guy is just. I mean, the way he's looking, like it just seems like he's just checked out, man. He just looks checked out. Like
he got guaranteed money.
Right?
Hello.
That means I'm from the Bay. I remember bro, hold on real quick. Hey, Candlestick, what was Buddy's name from the Raiders? Jamarcus Russell, that's what it was.
Yeah, I just brought him up. I'll say it in my humble opinion. Bryce Young is gonna be the biggest NFL draft bust since Jamarcus Russell.
But see, the thing with Jamarcus Russell is they paid him money. Like they allowed his agent to finagle his rookie deal. And he got like 30-something guaranteed. And that changed the game, bro, because if you remember Kaepernick, when he got his first deal, he had 35 million guaranteed. Because he was like, yo, fuck that. Jamarcus Russell didn't do absolutely shit. And I got these motherfuckers to multiple NFC championships and a Super Bowl. Give me the fucking guaranteed bag. 35 million, bro. And then Cap was like, not even a year later, it was already all bad for that whole organization. 2014, It was bad.
Yep. Well, speaking of your Niners, I'm gonna bring some positivity to your Niners.
Okay.
Let's go. All right, here we go. In my humble opinion, Kyle Shanahan is not only the best offensive mind currently in the NFL, he is the best offensive mind of this motherfucking decade. And that's no disrespect to the OG Andy Reid. But the thing with Andy Reid, let's be real. If it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes, I mean, he wouldn't be having these multiple Super Bowls. I mean, before he got Mahomes, he was very good, but he wasn't like the ultimate genius. I mean, he was very good with offenses, and granted, he's one of the best because I know that's the only one that can hang. And because the reason I'm not gonna say McVay either. I mean, yeah, McVay's very good, but guess what? He was under Shanahan. You can't say the student is better than the teacher unless the student clearly beats the teacher, which I know y'all haters are gonna act like, oh, McVay has a ring, Shanny doesn't. But guess what? Shanny's been to more bowls than McVay. So in my humble opinion, Shanny is the best offensive mind, bro. I mean, look at tonight. No CMC, no problem.
Okay, I love where you're going here, right? Because in my humble opinion, if there's such thing as a lineage for real, like his pappy, Mike Shanahan.
Oh, yeah, Super Bowl champion, yeah.
Listen, I was born in 84.
Yep, he was a Bill Walsh disciple.
The gang that I was born into already had two of them hoes. Actually, they had one. They had two of them hoes. What is it? Yep.
What?
The second one was after I was born. After I was born, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? I got to really see it for myself. Where I'm a young mustache. I mean, like not even a mustache, bro. I'm like 10 years old. This is 1994. I got to see it the same way you saw Drew Brees do it for the fucking state of Louisiana.
Yes, he did it for us, damn it.
I got to see Steve Young do it for us. My dad and all them, they told me about Joe Montana and all this shit. And yeah, I remember Joe Montana. I remember how detrimental it was when we lost that game where the Cowboys won the NFC Championship, where the Cowboys went on to go win the Super Bowl. That was the last game for Montana. He went on to the Chiefs. And he took them to the AFC title game. And my dad, he's hella funny though, because my dad was like, I remember as a kid, he was like, listen, we're Niners, but I love Joe Montana. And this motherfucker was an honorary Chiefs fan. I used to get on him as a kid, bro. Like, man, fuck the Chiefs.
Right.
I even said it as a kid.
Yeah.
Because fuck them. Now they done beat us in 2 Super Bowls. Fuck the Chiefs.
Yep. I just put in the chat here. My Super Bowl pick this year was Lions Chiefs. And if it is, boy, I hope the Lions beat their ass. Dan Campbell, baby, bite off the whole kneecaps. But I mean, your Niners, though, they're going to be a threat. And it's like, I'll tell you this, I think this is the Final Four. I think it's your Niners, the Texans, the Chiefs, and the Lions. That's my championship 4 picks right there.
You know what's crazy about that is that you have the thumbprint of a Mike Shanahan through his son on over to his son's coaching tree to a D'Amico Ryans. Then you got Andy Reid, who's the only, in this conversation, in your Final Four, he's the only veteran fucking OG coach that you have in this scenario. But he also has if there's ever a fucking, a master, there's an apprentice, and he has the fucking apprentice of them all, bro. Fucking Patrick Mahomes, bro. Fuck that motherfucker, bro. Anyway, then, right? You got the Texans, like I said, also a fucking hold on, let me get this light real quick. I'm making a point. They trying to shut the lights on me. We're not done yet.
Like that.
Hold on. All right,
in my humble opinion, Bogey needs his lights turned back on.
You got the Dan Campbell. I got to get to Dan Campbell. You got the Dan Campbell, who's a product of Sean Payton for real.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to like the isms of how to coach.
Yep, and how to build a team. Yeah, Lions are built very similarly to the old Saints. Yep, exactly.
But he was probably what he thought Sean Payton should have done. His approach to coaching is probably like, this is what I would have done. What he didn't do. Be aggressive. Be this, be that. You know what I mean?
Yep. Sean Payton, as he's gotten older, just isn't. He sucks, man. Sean Payton has to be. Yeah, I was gonna save that one for later, but here's just an early preview. In my humble opinion, Sean Payton's lost a step as a head coach. I'll have more on that next week or the week after, whenever maybe he'll redeem himself next week. But that's my early take on that. In my humble opinion, Sean Payton has lost a major. So yeah, exactly. I'll really rip him whenever the L's pile up bad. But yeah. That's just my early humble opinion on that. Sean Payton's lost a step, and I'm glad we fired his clipboard holder, Pete Carmichael, and got good old Clint Kubiak, baby. Woo! Yeah. Clint Kubiak, let's fucking go. His pappy was a great coach, Gary Kubiak. Let's go. It's going to be our offense looks rejuvenated.
A product of Mike Shanahan. You should look at the Kubiak joints.
I'm in the restaurant.
Yeah, do that.
I'm going to the crib though.
Okay, no, okay.
No, I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, and if you look at the Kubiak joints, right? When Gary Kubiak was the backup QB for John Elway, he was also the OC assistant, bro.
Yeah.
Like he was under Mike Shanahan even then, and this is Mike Shanahan. He parlayed the last going back to what I said, the last Super Bowl win that my Niners had with Steve Young, bro. That was when I was a wee tyke, bro, 1994. He parlayed that into the head coaching gig. And then when a motherfucker says, hey, I like Terrell Davis, what does that turn into? It's just like when his son says, hey, I like this Jordan Mason kid. You know what I mean?
Yep. Exactly. They got the eye for talent, bro.
And it's a system that you can implicate because it's not about just finding the eye for the talent. It's like
it's who fits the system. Yeah, because like Ty Davis Price didn't fit the system, and I figured that he wasn't very talented to begin with. Trey Sermon, another one. Yep,
Joe Williams.
Yep, exactly. You got to be able to fit the system, and Jordan Mason
drafted
fits.
Tevin Coleman
Where they
Shanahan was
signed Tevin Coleman.
no.
Oh,
Shanahan
the
was in.
Falcons. He had a Falcons.
My
Yeah.
bad. When Shanahan was with the Falcons, he drafts Tevin Coleman, and he's about to be the guy, but he got sickle cell, and then he gets hurt. It's a wrap for like hella weeks. Who else did they pick up and undrafted? Devontae fucking Freeman.
Yeah. Well, no, Freeman was before Tevin. I'm pretty sure.
No, look it up.
Okay. I'm
Okay,
almost
you know what?
certain
He
on
might have
that.
been there, but either
The
way,
thing
they
is, though,
utilized
it's
him.
like, I mean, well, Tevin Coleman, because he was such a good fit in Shanny's system, like, Tevin kind of
But
took
in
away from
2015,
Freeman.
it was Devontae Freeman, though.
Right. Well, Freeman started in 14, and then Coleman came
Is
in
that what it was?
15. Yeah.
Okay, but he didn't do shit. Okay, when did Devontae Freeman do anything?
15 and 16 were his
There it
two
is
big
with
years.
Shanny. So that means he was on the squad.
That's what I'm saying.
And they
When Shanny
drafted
left, he
Tevin
fell off
Coleman.
a fucking cliff.
But is that the reason I'm bringing this up is that not familiar? When okay.
Yeah, if something would have
they get
happened to
Matt
Freeman,
Breida.
guess what? They'll just put Coleman in that system, and it's just fine.
And when he came back, it was just fine too, right? They have a type. And what's crazy is like, this is what I said about the Jordan Mason thing tonight. Like just watching, I was like, man, it's a different prototype that Shanahan been looking for, in my humble opinion. Like, he knows the CMC fits his exact prototype. Matter of fact, it's crazy because this is some universe shit. Being that I'm a Sagittarius, so I always like involve this universe shit. So is Shanahan, and CMC, his pops.
Ed
His
McCaffrey,
pops,
who worked with
worked
Kyle's
with
pop,
Shanahan's
Pappy.
pops. So there's pictures of Kyle Shanahan as a teenager holding Christian McCaffrey as a baby.
What the fuck? That's crazy. No wonder it works so well.
Right? This is some universe shit. And when he was in Carolina, his rookie year, 2017, to open up the year, this is also not only Christian McCaffrey's rookie year, but Shanahan's rookie debut as a head coach in Levi's, right? In Levi's, and you have Christian McCaffrey as a rookie. They go across before the game starts and they hug each other in the middle of the field. Hey, look at us now, right? And he says like this to him, he said, when you're all worthless and washed up, I'm going to trade for you.
He ain't worthless and washed though. That's
I'm
the
just
funny
saying,
part.
you said it though, right?
Right.
It's not a joke, because that's something that family would say to somebody when you're busting balls, like, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know he's the shit.
Busting balls. Yep.
Because he said, there's no way I could have drafted you, bro. You know what I mean? That was part of the conversation. You're way too high, man.
Yeah, well, speaking of busting balls, I got to bust your balls, Bogey, because SPI, I had Amon-Ra, Olave, and Marv Jr. suck, and I still got the dub.
And you know what's fucked up? I want you to tell me right now, if I had a chance to put Ayuk, if I had a chance to just check my lineup and put Ayuk in a flex, did I start any receivers in my flex? Because I could have swapped them out. Then at the last minute, I would have.
Well, G could have done JSN, but he sucked too.
But because as a proper fantasy manager, due to the schedules, I should have had
Brandon. Oh yeah, you could have put Jordan Mason. Oh shit, boy, did I get saved by that. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, because you'd have put Mason in over Ayuk. Oh my god. Thank the fantasy gods.
Because I was off and that's just, whether you want to say that's for me playing hell leagues or not, but that was the first thing I noticed once the games went off yesterday. I was like, all right, fuck that one up.
Damn, I kind of feel bad now. Hey, I'll take any dub I can get, but damn, I didn't realize about that context. Damn, so I did get a little bit lucky.
No, it's not your fault at all. It's because you know me, I picked up Jordan Mason every fucking where.
Yeah.
And I was preaching it because I said, wait till we get to week 1 and pay attention to the verbiage. You remember that? That was my verbatim. The way
right. Yeah.
Watch out for the verbiage. The verbiage we had to look out for, like game time decision. right? It was a wrap. Once you heard game time decision, I told people you gotta wait down to week 1, and you know what I told people? Get Jordan Mason.
Yep. And get him now. He's on a lot of waiver wires still because a lot of these casual home leagues, motherfuckers didn't wake up. So guess what? If he's still there, get him, because we never know. McCaffrey might miss more time. Let's hope not.
And don't ever feel bad for murdering an opponent. They were trying to do the same thing.
We're going to war, damn it. Yeah, I gotta get into character. I gotta harden my heart. It's wartime, damn it. Say
yeah, kill a motherfucker.
Yep, I killed you in 2 of 3. You got me in Gen Wealth. I laid an egg in Gen Wealth, but I got you in the homies and the SPI.
Hey, it happens.
Yep. So yeah, wartime. Yeah, that was crazy. We went to war. I think we're in like 4 or 5 leagues together. We went to war in 3 of them week 1.
It happens.
Yep.
Isn't it like 2 hours ahead? He's still up.
Yep. I think we're in 5 together. But anyway, yeah, that's I think that's gonna put a bow on this one. Any more humble opinions before we sign off?
Man, in my humble opinion, y'all need to rock with us. Bomb.
100%. We'll be on tomorrow. What time are you thinking, Bogey?
I mean, it's like
wake your game up.
It's like
10 a.m., 8 a.m.
Central Time.
Yeah, 10-ish Central, 8-ish West Coast. We'll be on tomorrow live. In my humble opinion, baby, we'll be back then to give y'all the early waivers, answer any questions y'all got. So salute, appreciate everyone, and yeah, we'll be back then. Appreciate the Guru Nation Power Hour listeners. They couldn't do it without y'all. Stock report, Saints talk. In my humble opinion, we'll have it more together next week. It was the first show, and I've been very busy, so my apologies for not having it that structured, but we'll get it on track. We do this thing live and direct, as Bogey likes to do. So, yeah, take us home more time, Bogey.
Hey, man, week 2, give me money.
Them is facts, man. Peace out, everybody.
I'm on my way, babe, but you ain't got no patience. Need a steady hand like a game of operation. I focus, ride the wave like the ocean, but you always seem to complicate what my motive is. I'm on my way, baby, while you in my way, baby. I'm on my way, baby, while you in my way, baby. I'm on my way, baby, while you in my way.